Hey, what's up? You're watching All the Way Up Crypto. I'm your host, Aaron. Thanks for tuning in. So a couple things I'll talk to you about. The Komodo hack that happened. They finally got all the details out of there with the ABRA wallet. So basically what happened, one of the developers have pushed out updates to ABRA's GitHub repository. So the ABRA wallet is out there, open source, people check it out. Well, this person was sneaky and realized that there was basically an issue with the NPM JavaScript library and how the ABRA wallet was written. So he sneakily stuck some malicious code in there that took people's private keys and was smart enough to push this stuff out onto a public server, which made it even more difficult to track down who it is. Which I'm not sure exactly, because I would think if this person pushed things out to GitHub, they would know who was pushing it out. So I don't know exactly if they're going to nail the jerk that did it, but it'd be pretty cool if they did. Regardless, I think it's pretty awesome that the dev team from Komodo was able to catch this and protect. I think it would end up being like 90% of the funds that were out there were protected by the Komodo team. So what they did is all the people's wallets that they you'll have to read exactly what they did, but essentially they wallets that they recovered the funds that could have been stolen from. They're sending you a small amount from that protected address. You have to send them the transaction details back, which makes it good because anybody could have just scanned the blockchain to see what transactions those were. So again, huge win for the Komodo development team. On top of that, they were in the process of working on this, and they're gonna end up pushing it out to replace the ABRA wallet. Is a I can't remember the exact name, Atomic Dex maybe. Anyway, the new wallet won't be able to be compromised, and it's going to have a decentralized exchange built right into it. Yeah, baby. No KYC, AML, BS, whatever for exchanging things. This could be big. This could be really big. So we'll patiently wait for that to be released. It hopefully comes out soon. And I'm sure it'll be tested. And I'm sure the security will be there that you won't have to worry about funds being stolen. Alright, on to my next little topic. Old Bitcoin and the whole... I told you that EOS is more centralized than Bitcoin. So it is. And it all went back to this whole concept of the reorganization. So when the hack happened with Binance, and they talked about reorganizing the blockchain. And they could do that with 2 mining pools. Just two. Well, there's like 21 delegates in EOS, and many of these other ones have 101 or more than that. So you're like, okay, well, 51% attack versus 2 mining pools doing a 51% takeover to reorganize a blockchain is a little bit different. And in a reorganization, you have to make up for the amount of time that has elapsed, as well as the time that's accumulating in the current blockchain, to have all those transactions be processed the way it needs to happen. So, in other words, it would take over a year if they were to reorganize a blockchain for it to catch up to the current state of what is currently happening on the blockchain. If you want to read into the more details, check out James Lopp. And Andreas Antonopoulos actually covered this in one of his videos that he pushed out last week. And I thought it was good to hear that, because if the reorganization takes away the immutability factor of the blockchain, can it be done? Yes. Is it feasible? Kinda, but not most cost effective, or is it easily done in a timely manner. So understand the difference between a reorganization and how two mining pools that can control the majority of the hashing power of the network can do something. Right, so it's a time difference because they have to reorganize a blockchain from that specific block that had the funds that were stolen, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, a 51% attack can happen at any point in time. So that's why I said that the decentralization of Bitcoin isn't as decentralized as what it is. The reorganization would be very difficult to do. It could be done, but the 51% attack could still happen if two mining pools were to partner up and do what they wanted to do, take over the network. Which again, to me, is still a concern. And I guess in reality, it would just fork off and create a new coin because people would just say, well, they 51% attacked at this point on this block. We'll just continue doing the original chain or core, Bitcoin Core or Bitcoin Cash or whatever ends up having them. We'll just, continue on with that block. But it's interesting to me to think about these things because I think it, as we move on and Bitcoin's at $100,000 or more, you're going to see things like this happen. I think you're going to see more attempts at different things. So you really got to practice saving your private keys or protecting your private keys and storing them in different places, or you really should have a plan. And I think the other thing you need to look at is things start to move on and you have, several $100,000 in crypto investment or millions in a crypto investment, that you're protecting them with a multi-signature wallet. Because that could be the difference. Somebody might have your private keys, but in order for them to send anything, 3 other people need to say, yeah, go ahead and send it. So it's another way to protect your stuff. So I think a combination of hardware wallets and multi-signature addresses will come into play as we move forward with security. So anyway, it is Monday. I'm done probably with the drive home videos. Hoping I can get into a little bit of a rhythm now that I'm done with the summer, or done for the summer. So maybe I'll be doing morning updates, or they'll be late at night. I don't know. And I do know Terry, one of my followers there, thanks for hitting me up, asking me to do an estimate of where I see the market going. I'll do that. Hopefully I get some time to do that this week. Get things set up on my laptop to do stuff that way, and I can show you some technical analysis things that would tie into it. I mean, my honest opinion is I have a gut feeling we could see 100,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year because of institutional money coming in, the halvening coming in. I keep for some reason thinking we're going to have $1,200 Litecoin by the end of the year. But I think everything's going to, like, if you've noticed, Bitcoin's been kind of volatile in this bounce sideways that we're in. Like, we were down to 7,500. Now we're back up to 8,000. Like, I think something we're going to drop and pop and drop, and then eventually we'll get above a threshold of 12,000 or 15,000 or something, and we'll go past 20,000 like it didn't even exist as a resistance, and we'll go up 5 times higher than that between, like, say, September and December, maybe January, February. But that's where, I mean, that's purely speculative on my part. But I'll sit down and show you some of the things I've looked at. I mean, there's different people that have looked at the past of what Bitcoin has done. Like what do they call it? A double bubble was one of the recent ones I saw, and it could push Bitcoin up really quick, really fast. And that's what could possibly happen here. There's nothing saying that it can't. This stuff is unpredictable. I just keep going back to the institutional money, like Fidelity, TD Ameritrade. I think an ETF will get passed this year, which opens it up to more institutional money and investors. And I think you're going to see a lot of stuff happen between now and the fall, you know? So if you don't have any Bitcoin, I'd get some Bitcoin, because that's where the money's going to go first. The altcoins may take a hit in their Bitcoin, their Satoshi value, but dollar-wise are going to go up, because, I mean, let's just say you take Digibyte and its Satoshi value doesn't move. It stays at its 160 Satoshi value. Well, what if Bitcoin goes up 10 times higher than what it is now? At 80,000. We'll just multiply the price of Digibyte right now, and that's 10 times 1.5 cents or something. 10.5 cents. I'm just saying. This is why it behooves you to probably trade more in Satoshis against your altcoins, because you're accumulating more Bitcoin, or more, you're stacking Satoshis, and you're moving in and out of the alts with your Satoshi value, trading on the Satoshi value. As Bitcoin's dollar price increases because of the institutional money, well then, your accumulation and price of everything else is going to go up nicely. So, anyway, again, smash that bell and subscribe and like this video. Leave comments. I always appreciate the comments. I always try to respond to you guys. And take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.